Good morning and welcome to our Fact Friday. This week I'm joined by Mary Rimmer, who's a solicitor and partner in our private client department, but also a Dementia Friends champion. Mary, good morning to you.
Morning, Michael.
This week we are talking about legacies within your will. Now, there's three main types of legacies you can include. A residuary legacy, which is a share of the pot which is left over at the end. A pecuniary legacy, which is also known as a cash gift, such as £1,000 to each of my grandchildren. And the third and final main legacy is a specific legacy, which is also known as a personal possession, such as books, jewelry, and or paintings. Mary, we do have a couple of questions that we've been asked to answer, but before we do so, do you want to add anything to that?
Only just that you can leave cash gifts to individuals, or it can be to charities. And also just bear in mind the value of the gift that you leave, because sometimes if you left a particularly large cash gift, it could end up, if your what you owned dropped in value over the years and you didn't update the will, it could actually end up that was a much larger amount than you'd have ever intended.
Excellent. Now, the first question we've been asked to answer is, can I leave money to an executor?
Yeah, absolutely. Quite a common thing to do. You don't have to. Obviously, sometimes people have just agreed to act for somebody, a friend or a family member. If you do want to leave money to an executor for acting, the only thing I would just say to be careful of is as well making sure it's clear if that should happen, even if the person can't act for any reason as your executor. For example, maybe they were unwell and couldn't act. Did you still want them to have the money?
Excellent. And the second question we have here, can I leave a cash gift to a charity?
Yeah, again, and quite a common thing to do. You can either leave, a small amount. There's no set amount that you'd need to leave, and you can leave it to any number of charities as well.
Excellent. And the third and final question we have for you, Mary, is what happens if I leave money to a married couple and one of them passes away before I do?
Okay, so that would be something that usually when somebody's drafting will for you, you'd be asked, what would you want to happen? Because really what you want to happen can be put into the will. So for example, if you wanted to leave £2,000 to Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and you were happy that if one of them died, the £2,000 would go to the survivor, you can say that that's what would happen. Or you can say that only £1,000, that person's £1,000 goes to them, and the other £1,000 would fail, just go back into the pot.
Thank you, Mary. You've been amazing. Next week, I will be joined again by Mary, and we'll both be discussing specific legacies such as personal possessions and how best to leave them to certain individuals. Hope you can all make it. See you soon.
Okay.